Once upon a time, in the cold, rugged lands of Scandinavia, where the winters were long and harsh and the summers were short and bright, there lived a fierce and adventurous people known as the Vikings. They hailed from modern-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. The landscape was dotted with fjords, mountains, and vast forests, shaping the hardy character of these people. The land was tough and often unyielding, but the Vikings were resourceful. They learned to farm in the rocky soil, to fish in the cold waters, and to hunt in the dense forests. Communities were tight-knit, and everyone had a role to play in ensuring the survival of the village. The Vikings were more than just warriors. They were skilled sailors and explorers. Around the late 8th century, they began their raids on neighboring lands. The first recorded Viking raid was in 793 AD on the Lindisfarne Monastery in England, marking the start of the Viking Age. The longships were marvels of engineering, with their sleek designs and shallow drafts. Back in their homeland, Vikings lived in small villages. Their houses were long and narrow, made of wood, with thatched roofs and a central hearth for warmth and cooking. Men, women, and children all had roles. Men were often warriors, farmers, and fishermen, while women managed the household, cooked, and took care of children. Everyone worked hard to survive the tough environment. Viking society was structured around clans and families, with a chieftain or jarl leading the community. The Thing, a local assembly, was held to make important decisions and settle disputes. Justice was taken seriously, and wrongdoers faced harsh punishments, including fines, exile, or even execution. The Vikings were deeply spiritual, believing in a pantheon of gods and goddesses. Odin, the All-Father, was the chief god, associated with wisdom and war. Thor, his son, wielded a mighty hammer and controlled thunder. Freya, the goddess of love and fertility, and Loki, the trickster, were also important figures. The Viking spirit of adventure led them to explore and settle in distant lands. They founded colonies in Iceland, Greenland, and even reached North America, centuries before Columbus. In the 9th century, the Vikings formed the Great Heathen Army and invaded England. The Vikings followed a code of honor called the Norse Code. One of the most significant battles in Viking history was the Battle of Stamford Bridge in 1066. King Harald Hardrada of Norway, seeking to claim the English throne, led a massive Viking force against King Harold Godwinson of England. The battle was fierce and brutal, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. The Viking Age began to decline in the late 11th century. Several factors contributed to this: the consolidation of stronger kingdoms in Europe, the spread of Christianity, which changed their cultural and religious practices, and the growing power of centralized monarchies in Scandinavia.